Hi and welcome. Thank you for joining me. It's Supreme Being Night in the Sanctuary. We're going to get a Supreme Being healing on 3 topics tonight. So the first one is Supreme Being communication, then Supreme Being love, and then Supreme Being support. So that's the healing for tonight. And for those of you that are new and don't know about this healing, how I do it is I use a composite of everybody in the sanctuary, and that allows me to look at what are called matching pictures. And matching pictures allows me to be able to clear foreign energy out of everybody's space all at once. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the healing by setting the energy with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity, that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay, I'm going to get started with the first topic, which is Supreme Being communication. Noise, like internal noise, is the first energy that I see that affects your Supreme Being communication. So what I'm looking at is a lot of noise in the telepathic channels, and also some red energy around the ears that needs to be cleared. That red energy is like the residue of conflict. People yelling at you or angry at you, that's what the red energy is. And where that anger and that conflict blocks your communication from Supreme Being. You know, to hear communication from Supreme Being, most of the time I would say, it requires you quieting the body down so that you can hear Supreme Being. So some of these energies that I'm looking at are ones that get between you and that ability to hear Supreme Being communication. Well, Supreme Being communication is all-encompassing. When I look at it, the communication actually seeps through your whole aura, through your body, through your energetic body. So when I look at that Supreme Being communication, it's really a gold bubble around you and throughout you. There's some, it looks like grays and whites energy in the creative energy that actually is affecting your communication with Supreme Being. Because when, especially spirits in female bodies, now I know there's spirits in male bodies in the sanctuary, but I can speak from a female body that when our creative energy isn't running well, we can get depressed and feel really invalidated. So what I'm looking at is the invalidation of not having a creative energy, and that's that kind of waxy energy that I'm clearing. Supreme Being was just communicating with me to bring some more amusement into the healing. So I just got talked to by Supreme Being, and that was a great hello. And of course, Supreme Being wants me to work on your amusement as well and clear that out so that you can have your Supreme Being amusement. I'm still working on a little bit of energy in your telepathic channels. It's brown. And now what I'm doing is I'm working on your communication line to Supreme Being. And it's a really simple healing. You place a gold line of energy from the crown up to a gold sun representing Supreme Being, and you clean out all the energy on that line. And that's what I'm doing right now. There is some black energy on that line that is some karma from past lives. So probably just about everybody at one point or another has had a lifetime where you lost faith in Supreme Being, where you got angry and you did one of these at Supreme Being. So this is what creates karma. And there's some very dark energy in here that I want to clear. There's this wonderful healing being done right now by Supreme Being that is in the head, and it's working that space of the telepathic channels. All right. That looks really good. The line of gold is sparkling gold, and got rid of the black. So I'm going to fill you in for the your not divine, your Supreme Being communication. I'm going to fill that space in. Okay. Next, we're going to go to Supreme Being Love and take a look at what that's like and maybe any energies affecting it. Well, Supreme Being Love radiates from your inside out. That's what I see. And energetically, it really does look like the visual is light radiating from you. And one of the first energies I notice is this tremendous anger at you for having Supreme Being Love, like a lot of jealousy and competition. Those are the first energies I'm going to work on. The jealousy is like a forest green with some black and charcoal that's coming out. Yeah, it's really a lot of competition from other people that get lit up when you have Supreme Being communication. And the reason why is they may not be able to have it themselves. So they may not have that space cleaned out. So a lot of times if people can't have something for themselves, then they go into, well, if I can't have it, you can't have it either. So that's a lot of the energy that I'm clearing out right now, is that if I can't have it, you can't have it either. And what I'm being shown is a picture that Supreme Being Love is involved in every single thing you do. Your very existence has to do with Supreme Being Love. It's within and without. And so I'm getting to see a lot of gold as I'm working on this. I'm saying hello to that space at your birth where you got to experience Supreme Being Love in the body for the first time. And clearing the medical energy that would get between you and Supreme Being. And I'm looking at something that's really interesting to me, that early on after birth is when a lot of other people's pictures about Supreme Being start being put in your space. So that space winds up being full of other people's pictures about who Supreme Being is or what Supreme Being looks like. Before you even get a chance to look at your own information, I'm going to work with you and try to move other people's pictures about Supreme Being out of your space. And as I work this healing, it's very apparent to me that Supreme Being's love is around us 24/7, and all it's waiting for is a hello from us to be able to interact with Supreme Being. So that energy is there all the time. Yeah, Supreme Being's love makes you strong. It makes you happy. It gives you confidence. And this is interesting, a sense of fairness. And I'm seeing that Supreme Being loves you even when you don't love yourself. There's still that radiating love throughout you. So I'm going to work on that energy of like self-deprecation and I guess like self-sabotage. Okay, I think what's going to clear for Supreme Being Love has cleared. I'm going to go ahead and fill that space in with gold. It already was gold, but I'm going to fill it in with another gold sun, just for the heck of it. Okay, and the last section that we're going to do is Supreme Being Support. Well, I'm just going to tell you what I see is that Supreme Being supports your family. Like, that's one of the first energies I'm seeing, is how Supreme Being supports families. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was thinking more in terms of just what support you might get as an individual, but that was presented to me very clearly, that Supreme Being works with families. And I'm going to work with y'all and help you ground Supreme Being support for you on your path. Fear, hesitation, all of those energies are being cleared from your path. Another thing about Supreme Being is not only is that energy pervasive everywhere, but it's all the way down your timeline. So it's all encompassing. You can't, I suppose you could run away from it if you wanted to, but what I'm trying to say is that that energy is a part of your life for the whole duration of your life. I see it all the way down the timeline. Okay, now I was going to work on saying hello to that Supreme Being support in, let's say, your money space. The first thing that's being done in the money space is it's getting a grounding because of all the foreign energy in the money space. So yeah, Supreme Being supports your, what we call havingness, your ability to have anything, whether it's material or spiritual. Supreme Being supports all of that. Okay, your money space is getting a nice grounding, and there's like an olive brown energy coming out of it. And there's some beings coming out of it too. But Supreme Being is grounding this space for you, and the energy is moving. It looks really good. Supreme Being's filling that space in with a really pretty teal green. And so the next space that I thought would be good to get some Supreme Being support in would be the relationship space. Well, what I see about this is that Supreme Being really recognizes that each person is an individual and is entitled to their space and their pictures in any relationship. I think that's really important information. You're getting a healing on this space now. Oh, this is a good healing because Supreme Being is moving out old energy out of the relationship space, which also means people that are no longer relevant in your life are being moved out. Okay, a lot of like a midnight blue energy. It came off. Supreme Being is all about communication in the relationship space. Communication, communication, communication. That was the communication I just got. Okay, so your relationship space is being set at communication, present time, and affinity. Okay, let me just go back to the Supreme Being support. Supreme Being would like to give everybody a healing on their awareness, your spiritual awareness. So I'm going to watch the healing and give you a little communication. You're getting a healing on your sixth chakra right now. That's getting a nice clean out. So is the center of your head. Some pain is being removed from the back of your eyes. And I don't really know how to explain this, but I'm seeing like more what looks like electrical connections going on in the head, a lot more talking back and forth between the lobes. The healing is being completed by it's just like a veil of gold being gently brought down all over your aura, all the way down to the floor. And then you are given a very beautiful full red rose of abundance. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and close out the healing by filling in that space of Supreme Being support with gold. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing on Supreme Being tonight be complete. Amen. I love this energy. I just want to sit in it for a minute. Hope you enjoyed that. We've got some things coming up. Let me see real quick. Next week, we have a compassion healing in the sanctuary. So that'll be our soul support healing next week on Wednesday. And then we have a Female Fridays meditation on the next Friday, and that's on personal time. And then my women's intuition class, where did that go? Oh yeah, it's on Tuesday this month. Women's intuition is how to protect your energy. And we're going to go through a number of tools. So by the end of that class, you should have a whole bag full of tricks to protect yourself energetically. But it is on a Tuesday night, Tuesday the 18th this month. And I think that's it. Body Beautiful is on hearing this month. That's our free 30-minute meditation. And there you have it. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm glad you made it. Got my eyes on you, and have a wonderful weekend. I know it's only Thursday, but the weekend's coming up. I'm counting on it. All right. Bye-bye and good night.